Robots Radio presents...
Rated M for mature.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Download, weekly gaming news. I am your glorious host, Jameson.
And I am your amazing goose, Brenna.
And this is the show where we give you the DL on the latest in gaming every week in one small bite-sized download. However, this week, we're giving you like a whole terabyte of information.
I was going to say, we might have gone like Call of Duty on this week a little bit. Our download is a little big.
I know, we might have. I just actually finished completely editing the Captain Logan Assassin's Creed Valhalla review and discussion, and that was an hour and 12 minutes, which I think Brenna's internet cut out for like 30 of that.
Yeah, definitely did. I thought you were talking about right now, and I was about to have a heart attack.
Oh, no.
And I'm pretty sure at the beginning, Jamie was like, I'm going to put a hard cap on this at 45 minutes. And we all said, sure, Bob.
I know. And Logan, bless his heart, even tried. There was many times we'd be having a discussion. He's like, I don't want to hold us up. I want to keep things moving. But
of course, you were the one that held it down, or that made it go longer.
I mean, you losing your internet didn't help either. We had to fill some empty space. We were like, well, we don't want to talk about this. Like, should we give our reviews? It's like, no, let's just talk and wait for her to come back because she needs to give her thoughts. And it was rough.
I know the show can't exist without me. It's okay.
It really can't. It hurt my ego a little bit, but it's okay. I recovered. Yeah, so you guys have that to enjoy. That's in a separate little bundle here. We got plenty of stuff to talk about today. The show is sponsored by Loot Crate, Gamefly, Green Man Gaming, and NordVPN. Nothing says the holidays like a mystery box full of your favorite stuff, thanks to Loot Crate. Honestly, Black Friday's here, so people are running sales. It's the perfect kind of gift to give to somebody. No gift wrapping involved. It shows up in its nice, beautiful box. You can just, maybe throw a bow on it if you really, really want to spruce it up, and then you give it to your friend, your significant other, or even your mailman, and they get to open it up and get all sorts of cool pop culture or gaming related goodies. So you can check them out. There's a link in the description of this episode, and so use that link and the code RobotsRadio for 15% off select boxes. I need to just swallow there.
I know. I just saw it building up in your cheeks.
I know. It was gross. More announcements and news following the end of the episode. So obviously there was a ton of stuff that happened last week. There was a ton of stuff, and then there really wasn't. It was just kind of like a couple big things. So first off, we have the launch of the Xbox Series X, Series S, and the launch of the PlayStation 5. So we'll go ahead and tackle the Xbox launch first. It actually went pretty well. Like, most people got all their consoles on time. There's been a couple little defects that have popped up with like the disc reader not taking some people's discs. Like, it just keeps blocking it. And then some other people have it making some weird noises, but that could just be chalked up just to, normal manufacturing defects when it comes to producing anything. But otherwise, pretty smooth launch, right? Just,
Yeah,
a couple little hinks.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it definitely went better than the graphics card launches for NVIDIA.
Very true. And there's been some great stuff to come out already. Like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, has teamed up with Xbox, and they will be giving away Xbox Series X to children's hospitals all across the U.S. So their goal is to provide consoles for over 50,000 kids. I wanted to cuss there. That is effing awesome.
About children? How dare you?
I toned it down. Effing awesome for the children. Uh, so it's part of the it's part of a what was the Gamers Outreach? That's what it was. So it's providing consoles to children's hospitals to help children who are suffering from serious or terminal illnesses, and just giving them, something to do while they, spend their days in the hospital, which is, absolutely awesome. And some of the consoles and controllers will even come with the Rock's bull logo on them, which is also pretty cool. So the hospitals that will be getting it include it's all children's hospitals. So we have Atlanta, Colorado, Los Angeles, Orange County, St. Louis,
That's probably
Wisconsin.
Hogue.
No, it's Children's Hospital, like Chalk.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
isn't
in
that technically
no,
like an
that's
offshoot?
no,
Ah,
it's the actual Children's Hospital in Orange County specifically. So St. Louis, Wisconsin, CS Mott Children's Hospital, Dell Children's Medical Center, Franciscan Hospital, Joe DiMaggio Methodist. Oh wow, there's some of these have really
that's
interesting
interesting.
names. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't name any more, but you want to find out more about Gamers Outreach and their mission, as well as to bring accessibility to systems, go check their website out, gamersoutreach.org. Awesome. We need to do so. We talked about earlier during COVID when we were doing the streaming about doing a big old charity stream, and maybe that's something we'll have to plan with the holidays coming up. Once Brenna gets her internet fixed.
Hey, leave me and my internet alone.
I know. I actually just said I was going to stop picking on you, and look how long that lasted.
It's okay. You can't help yourself.
I really can't. It's part of our dynamic. If we're not picking on ourselves, if we're not making fun of each other, we both look at each other and are like,
suspicious.
Sus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just give me a compliment?
I don't like it. Put it back. Put that back where it came from.
Take it back.
But you know what you can't take back? Your decisions, right? You cannot take your decision back to pre-order an Xbox Series X on Amazon.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where that was going. I'm like, are you about to?
Oh, you like that segue?
I did not. Continue.
That's right. It gave you a heart attack. So there's something wrong with the pre-orders, maybe just manufacturing, just something wrong with getting them out to people. So they said that they won't arrive until the end of December, maybe even earlier. So any of you that pre-ordered your Xbox Series X on Amazon, good luck to you. It is not going to be arriving on your door at release date, that sucks.
And just to be clear, they're not saying that everyone's not going to get it. They're just issuing like this blanket statement saying like, hey, we're having some delivery troubles. We're just warning you. Some of you, those of you that are already raising questions, or those of you that haven't received yours yet, there might be a problem and it could take a while. So they're just
I don't understand why, though. Did they just not have enough in stock? Like they haven't, there was a delay in getting the units to them?
That's almost kind of what it sounds like. Unusual.
That would be extremely frustrating, though. I don't know who would pre-order off of Amazon. I feel like of all the different places, I wouldn't pick Amazon.
Right? Like when it comes to pre-orders, I'd rather do like a place that has a physical location. So then at least if I'm having problems, I can go and like hunt somebody down and like yell in their face. Make me feel a heck of a lot better than trying to, keyboard warrior away with Amazon, because they can just hit end chat and then I'm, F out of luck.
Yeah. And I honestly, I would want to get it from like a tech or electronic or gaming sort of unit area. I don't know why that feeling is, but it just feels weird to pre-order something off of, some video game thing off of Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, it's just pre-orders though, because I have no issues buying like tech stuff from Amazon.
Do I. Although I don't know if I would buy a console off of Amazon.
I'm always pretty sus about buying like sensitive electronics online, just because I know how shipping people handle stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I would hate to order a desktop and you get that one guy that's like, I can't walk those extra 5 steps and like tosses your PC.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've sent you one. But yeah,
No, we watched a whole clips
that's
of them, and
right.
the guy was walking up, the handle ripped because he was swinging around, so it just immediately clunks to the ground. Doesn't want to walk up the porch steps, but it's chest height, so he just slams it onto the porch and then pushes it. And we're both staring at this video like that's a PC. That is definitely a PC in that box.
Yeah,
That's why you
brutal.
have cameras, people.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, get yourself this holiday season. If you don't have one
Blink.
already,
It's
get
like
yourself a
$25.
yeah, or even a ring. Just get something. Blink, Nest, Ring. They're all pretty competitive. They all kind of do the same thing.
It's camera. It's got a motion sensor. It's really all you need.
Yeah, they're good stuff. They're good stuff. The rings though are fun because you can talk to people when the motion goes off or they ring the doorbell. You know, because you can on the app you can connect and you can tell people. I love that. I've scared some people before.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
This is your conscience. Oh.
yeah. Xbox also had to. You, did you just cough right now?
I did just cough.
Do you have
That's
the
a
COVID?
terrible timing. Yes, I have the COVID. No, it's from vaping, apparently, because that's a new thing.
Yes, apparently on day one launch, several people thought it would be funny to blow vape smoke into their Xbox Series X and say that it was overheating and on fire. And so after some quick investigation, Xbox posted a tweet saying, I can't believe we have to say this, but stop blowing vape smoke into your Xbox Series X. It's not good for it. What is wrong with people?
I don't know. Clearly, the people that, vape, I don't know. There's a correlation there.
Every day, Brenna, we stray further.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Every day I stray further.
Especially this year with like COVID and stuff. There's just some things I never thought I would see in my lifetime, and OnlyFans is one of them.
Hey, man, I'm essential employee, not so essential. Gotta make your
Brenna,
money.
I saw someone I knew. I was scrolling through Instagram and like some other account, not even their account, some other account like was like, oh, hey, look at this person. You know, like we have all those weird accounts we follow, and sometimes they're always like, oh, here, check out this chick. And someone
Fitness.
posted it.
We follow fitness accounts, Jameson. You should probably preface that. It sounded real
but
weird.
but I mean, like, we have fitness and meme accounts. Sorry, I realized I was talking to you, but I realized no one else was in on it. So we have a bunch of like big like meme and fitness accounts on Instagram that we follow. And you know, if you follow them as well, you see every once in a while they're always like, "Oh, check out this chick," along with the weird things like it's like, "Oh, I made $750 on doing this survey," you know, other garbage like that. So one of them posted today, and they posted this chick, and it's like, "Oh, check out this person." I'm not going to say their name, but I looked at the name and I'm like, that name looks familiar. Like it sounds familiar. Didn't recognize the person at all. Clicked on it and it's like Orange County. And I'm like, oh no. So, and I clicked on it and they had like a link tree thing. And I clicked on it and I saw Patreon, OnlyFans, TikTok. I'm like, oh no. And so I'm pretty sure it's someone I'm pretty sure it's someone I know. I did not investigate any further at that point. I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. This is enough internet.
We're backing out.
That's 2020 in a nutshell. It's like
We're backing out.
everybody's social media account. OnlyFans. Should I start one, Brenna? You think people would subscribe to me?
Yes, 100%.
Would you subscribe to me?
Only if you wear tube tops, though.
What would be my membership fee?
I don't know. I'm not versed in this. I don't know what a good membership fee is or not.
Well, I mean, I'd only deliver high quality content, so you know, I want people have to earn it. You got to pay to play. We're gonna move on.
This took a weird turn.
It did. We're gonna move on. Okay. Xbox also had another hiccup day one launch, with Xbox Live going down for several hours. And some people had issues with their console verifying the ownership of a game. And they were getting pop-ups saying the person that bought this game needs to sign in. And this was in addition, this wasn't Xbox's issue, but Destiny 2 with their Beyond Light launch that day as well was having serious server issues. Like tens of thousands of people in queues to get in. And one of the friends of the show, Boris, was even trying to get in. And he was like 14,000, made it all the way up to like a couple hundred, and then got kicked from the queue and had to start all over again. And then there was just
Fantastic.
at one point, the servers were just also straight down. So there's been some hiccups for everybody this week. PlayStation didn't seem to have too many hiccups, though. They released a nice little trailer to commemorate the launch, but it kind of, they had Travis Scott narrating it. But the trailer in itself was kind of a hiccup because it's like, oh man, look at the amazing world of PlayStation 5. And it's like, okay, you're showing us all these cool games, but currently only 2 of the games you're showing are actually playable and the rest of them are late 2021. Like, what so that
Half of it now and half to look forward to.
yeah, so like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon Souls are currently playable. Gran Turismo 7 is late next year. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is early next year. Returnal, I think, is late next year, and Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West is also late next year. So it's like it is a great launch, but is it really that memorable, of a launch? That was their
No.
whole angle they were working.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna post that ad as this is the launch memory, yeah, because only 2 of the titles are, release launches, so you can't really say that the other ones are a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't phrase it the way that they did, and it just looked like a regular commercial. It didn't really look like anything fancy.
Right. The narration was kind of a nice touch, though, but yeah, it wasn't anything super special. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a Super Bowl commercial.
Okay, I could see that.
I could see that as a Super Bowl commercial right there. Travis Scott narrating about showing off some PlayStation 5 games. That was a Super Bowl commercial.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
What else? PlayStation also, out of the blue, they didn't even tell the guy. There's a guy named Joey Chu, who is the first in line to buy a PlayStation 4 for its launch in 2013. He was also the first in line to buy a PS4 Pro in 2016. And this past week, Sony mailed him a PS5 on launch day, and it came with this plaque with a picture of the PS5, and it said, Joey Chu, first in line, had all that stuff. Patience is a virtue. This is for you. I thought that
Fantastic.
was a pretty cool little gift. Like, man.
It is a great gift. And the reason that they actually knew who he was is because the first person that gets the PlayStation 4 on launch, they actually have him come up onto the stage, and then they hand it to them and it's signed, and there's a whole thing about it. So they actually knew who it was. And I think he pulled out the Antonio Banderas reaction meme, and which made everyone laugh. And then, the 2 people that were giving him the PlayStation also mimicked it as well. So it was like a really big laugh, and everyone in the community loved it. So it is great to see Sony doing something kind of fun like this.
How do you become the first person to buy a console, though? Like, that's what I don't get.
Because they release it, like you get in line to buy it in person, I'm guessing. This was in New York.
Where in New York?
Third degree.
That's what I'm just not understanding. Is like,
I'm sure that there's like the place to, but like there's probably one event where they said these are now buyable, I guess, in person.
Maybe there's a Sony store in New York?
I don't. It's an event.
Oh.
The console launch event in New York. So I'm sure that they hadn't released them to any stores yet, and you could probably go to this event and buy it in person. Or yeah, seems that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty legit though. And the fact that they sent it to him and gave him a nice little plaque, that's super cool. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I am jealous. I want a customized plaque from Sony.
I know. I remember when, like the week before, when all the reviewers and all the streamers and YouTubers and stuff were all getting their consoles. Like they're, again, they didn't buy any. Like the companies were just sending them all to these people so they would review, build hype and all that kind of stuff. And it was really funny to see like some of people like, well, I didn't get one. This is awkward. Like,
Fantastic.
and I'm just over here and like, man, I wish that could happen to me. I wish I could be
Yeah.
cool enough to be like, I didn't get one. I'm big, but I
Yeah.
didn't get one.
Yeah, seriously. Or Jamie and I obviously were super excited about our pre-orders for Valhalla, and then we have a friend on Instagram, Syllabi, who posted what they got for their pre-order, their little package, and it was a literal crate with like drinking horns, and it was so freaking cool. Turns
So
out they
jealous.
gave it to her. I'm like, okay, I feel so less special.
Ugh,
Oh,
America sucks. There's too many people competing here for all these video game sponsorships. We need to move to a different country. We need to move to Europe.
I'm okay with moving to Europe. Like I
Where
said,
we,
Vancouver.
you know, I would be
Vancouver,
down. I would be
right?
down. Because then we're only like a 3-hour plane flight from
Yeah.
most normal places. Like it's not like we're
And
crazy.
Vancouver's their weather system is very similar to Southern California.
I would think it would be more similar to Seattle.
Well, for some reason, they have warmer days, much sunnier.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. No, I'm game. I'm
with
game.
you. Moving this
We-
the whole unit over to Canada.
Yeah, we just need that third party to drop everything and join us too. Anyway, so that's the big news. Moving on to some smaller stories this week. A MSI factory had a huge fire in China this week. Luckily, no one was hurt in the incident, and they're already back up and running. Of course, they're
Of course they are.
already back up and running. So the MSI issued the following statement. It was their MSI Boan factory in Shenzhen, and they said a fire incident occurred at the factory on November 5th afternoon. MSI activated its emergency measures and notified the I can't speak right now. Notified the fire department to deal with it immediately. No injuries were caused, and the production line was not damaged. In the future, MSI will continue to strengthen the education training of personnel. At present, all units are operating normally. Thank you for your concern. It was pretty wild watching the video. And someone posted the video with the caption, "There goes my 380."
Yeah.
Literally up in smoke.
Yep.
Uh, Microsoft is already on the
Starting a
warpath.
war. Yeah.
They are fresh after purchasing Bethesda. They said before they weren't done, and now they clearly mean business, and they are looking to buy a studio in Asia, preferably in Japan. Which, if you know anything about Sony, that is their headquarters.
Kind of the thing that they do.
Yeah, they're just
is
kind of a Japanese company.
just a small one.
Yeah, just a small one.
I don't
Um,
know what their plan is with this. I feel like they can acquire a lot of different companies in the US that are great, really good small industries, even some bigger ones. I feel like they're doing this on purpose. It seems to be very I don't know, coordinated.
In actuality, they're looking to break more into the Asian market. This past year, Xbox One sales in Japan accounted for 0.1% of total Xbox One sales. So no one is buying Xboxes
Yep.
in Japan, pretty much.
Why would you? It's Sony all the way.
Yeah. So it just sounds like they're looking to grow their market, and that is an easy way to get people in Japan to buy Xbox consoles if some of their favorite developers are making games for Xbox. I don't know if
See, it just seems weird. It seems like a direct jab at Sony, because you could just let Sony have Japan and take over the US.
it's true. It's true. This one made me happy though. So we talked about recently, I think, that the Halo TV show with Showtime. And so there's been a casting snafu. So
Snafu, say it
snafu.
again. Thank you. Felt good.
Yeah. Kerfuffle and snafu.
Oh, oh,
You like those words? Pulling out my SAT
it
dictionary.
was good.
Yeah.
Putting them together, it's
Mm.
fantastic.
Little kerfuffle snafu.
Bless you.
Thank you. Natasha McElhone was cast to play Cortana as well as Dr. Halsey in the TV series, but due to COVID-19 and other scheduling difficulties, she will no longer be able to act as Cortana. She will still be able to complete her role as Dr. Halsey, and so Showtime has recast Cortana to bring in Jen Taylor, which, if you know anything about Halo, Jen Taylor is Cortana in every Halo game, as well as also the voice for the Cortana virtual assistant on all Windows devices. So, very excited. I'm very excited that they're bringing her in. I don't know why she wasn't
I mean,
brought
it
in the
seems like
first place.
they were just trying to, I don't know, cut down on cost. Have this one voice actor do both parts. I don't. It seems wrong. I would feel violated if I was this person and I had done literally the only person that had ever done Cortana was me, and then HBO is like, "Hey, we're gonna make this series," but
Showtime,
no, not
but
you.
yes.
Or Showtime. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm bothering me too. In addition, in all of the Halo games, she was also the voice of Dr. Halsey as well as Cortana. So she will not be Dr. Halsey in this. I'm okay with that, but
Right.
I'm very happy that she will be Cortana. I'm interested though if so they've also some of the other cast members. Pablo Schreiber is the Master Chief. Danny Sapani and Olive Gray will be Jacob and Miranda Keys. Bokeem Woodbine as Soren 66, another Spartan, and Shabana Azim as Admiral Margaret Perangoski. And there will also be 3 other actors playing brand new unknown Spartan characters. And Showtime is working on this. This is the first I've heard of this, and this also made me very happy because Showtime has zero experience doing anything that is not a period piece or current present time.
Drama. Yeah, just dramas.
Yeah, so they're bringing 343 and Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment are also co-developing the series, which that made me feel a lot better. My other question, though, is who's going to do the voice for Master Chief? Because Master Chief has a pretty unique and very deep voice. And I don't know if Pablo Schreiber will also be the voice of Master Chief. I mean, I like him. He's a good actor. Like, he's got the look, but at the same time, you never see Master Chief's face. Master Chief has been around for almost 20 years, and we have never once seen his face. There's also some deep speculation that Master Chief was female for a while.
Right.
I was so down for female Master Chief. Like, you have no idea. Like, just
be cool.
Badass Spartan, forgive the cussing. Badass Spartan, this deep voice, takes off helmet for first time, and this long hair just falls down. That would have been. There was lots of speculation about that, but it was in Halo 3 or Halo Reach, one of those two that they officially confirmed that Master Chief was in fact male. Because there was a whole scene with Halsey talking about Chief, like, I picked you and all that kind of stuff. It was always Cortana too. But
yeah, I'm sure
dang.
there's some terrible Rule 34 for it.
Oh yeah. Pablo Schreiber is 6'5". I did not realize he was that tall.
This man might actually be Master Chief.
Yeah. because like Master Chief, like no suit of armor is still like supposedly supposed to be like 6 something feet,
Right.
and then with
Because
the
what
arm,
is he like? He's 9 feet, right? 3 meters or something.
he's like 7 feet tall with armor.
Oh, okay.
It's the elites, the Saint Heli, the alien dudes with the mandibles. They're 9 feet tall, like
That's
they're
what that is.
huge. Oh, his brother's Lev Shriver. I did not know that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Random things going on over here. Anyway, so I'm now much more excited for that series. When it's going to come out, I don't know, but very excited. Bloodshot is getting a sequel. The graphic novel movie adaptation will be getting a sequel, and Vin Diesel has already confirmed that he will be reprising his role in that sequel, which is cool. I mean, it was an action movie. It was nothing super special, but it was good.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can really ask for. It's kind of doesn't have a big backing. I'm sure there's a lot of Bloodshot fans out there, but if it's a good action movie, that's really all you can ask for with something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like John Wick.
So, and Vin Diesel's coming back to do it again. John Wick is amazing, though. Like, John Wick's
It was
amazing.
until that third one.
I rewatched it, and it's not as disgraceful as when I first watched it, but yeah, it's still not the same as the other two.
1 and 2
That's
were
right.
just flawless.
Killer. Absolutely killer.
Like, one of my favorite scenes is from the second one when he goes to see the sommelier. Like, fantastic. Like, such a well done scene. It's like, and what will you be wearing to the dinner party? It's like I'm attending a party. Can you recommend something to me? And it's just all guns and all these euphemisms. It was so good. One of the top tier scenes. God, can you believe 2021, or maybe it was 2022? I think it's 2022. We'll be getting Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 in the same year. That's a lot of Keanu Reeves.
I am not okay for another Matrix.
Yeah, I'm a little iffy on it too. Not gonna lie.
I mean, I want it. I want a really good Matrix. I think we deserve one.
I agree. I can't remember the guy's name that plays Agent Smith. He's one of my favorite. Hugo Weaving. There it is. Hugo Weaving. He's one of my favorite actors. Elrond, Agent Smith, whole bunch of other roles. He's so good. CD Projekt Red has put the rumors to bed this past week that the game will be delayed once again, saying that we confirm that they issued a statement saying that we confirm the December 10th release date. People were over analyzing the Twitter header because it didn't have a release date on it, saying that they had updated it. They hadn't. It never had a release date on it. So people were like, oh my God, they took the release date off. And people were tweeted everywhere, and they're like, nope, December 10th still. I mean, I take that with a grain of salt at this point, but
it really is. I mean, I still don't believe them, but yeah, there definitely is that phenomenon of groups of people where someone can implant an idea and then everyone believes something that they saw. Like, they for sure saw this and that.
What could you possibly be referring to, Brenna, about groups of people and ideas?
I'm truly clueless.
Okay, we'll move on then. Brenna, why don't you tell us about this next one? Because this is all you.
Oh, yes it is. Fall Guys, not surprisingly, has added a new little suit, an animal suit, as a costume, and it is one of the greatest animals to ever have graced this earth, the goose.
A lion. Oh, sorry.
No, get that out of here. You can't fly, so get out of here. Yeah, you can dress up as a little goose. It's super cool. I think it's funny because the eyes pop out of the neck. So it's really just like the goose is towering over the top. It's fantastic. And plus, Fall Guys kind of waddle anyways. So I'm sure it looks perfect with a little tail.
It probably really does. So if you are playing Fall Guys and you aren't repping the Untitled Goose skin in game, are you really a fan of this show? Because
No,
Brenna just would just
my
you hurt her.
geeslings,
I know.
you must represent.
I know. That just made me think of how people that like Ryan Gosling call themselves goslings.
What is that? Why are people so crazy?
I don't know. People are weird.
Wait,
Uh
isn't there one for Bieber? There was one for Bieber, right?
there was.
Oh
I don't
god.
remember what it was.
I don't care to. I think my brain probably blocked it out.
Those were some rough years in high school during the Bieber fever.
Bieber fever? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Apex Legends overhauled their battle pass this season, making it more streamlined and rewarding. However, in actuality, it made the progression that much slower and require that much more grind. And that really upset a lot of players. So in a AMA, they said they have more changes planned for the future, that they'll continue to revise it and make some reductions and changes. But yeah, people are not too thrilled about that. They're going to be reverting it back to the season 6 uh states, but yeah.
I don't understand. There's obviously more nuances to battle passes, otherwise everything would be easy. But in my head, you have a goal. I want someone to be able to level up if they win, if they like win 100% all the rounds or whatever, then they should get, or sorry, I lost my train of thought halfway through that. So you win, you get X amount of points. Like there should be a level progression, right? It's not that difficult. You say, I want them to be able to win 50 games and they should have 10 levels by that point. So then you divide the points up by that. It seems like easy math, but obviously
Well,
nuances.
the other thing too is when it comes to things like battle passes, one, that's an easy source of revenue to keep your game going, especially if you're free to play. But two, that's a very easy way to drive player engagement, get players to come back and play every day because they're like, oh, hey, I got to hop on, do my battle pass, do my daily so I can get my battle pass XP. But the problem is that they've increased, I guess, the difficulty. And so people are having tougher time getting those dailies and getting those points to move forward on the battle pass, or that they've increased the XP or something of the level. So it's taking longer, or they've reduced the amount of XP you earn now. So it takes longer. So it's upsetting a lot of people. And Brenna's right. It's a very tricky thing to for something for like battle pass. It's a very tricky thing to get it to work like well, because you do have to like find that perfect balance of like, okay, if I play this many games, I see this kind of progression and I feel satisfied with how I progress. So
Right.
it does
And
take,
especially since with Apex, you don't really win rounds. You either win it or you don't. So they base it off of kills, I'm guessing, and whatever else.
mostly it has mostly to do with the challenges and the dailies. Yeah, because it's not like Call of Duty or Rainbow Six, where it's
You win a round and then you get points for winning the round. And that's how they do it. So if you're doing it by other means, it makes it much more difficult, unless it's just by kills. Or maybe assists, or maybe using your abilities. Whatever it is. Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? Who also knows what's going on with Twitch these days? Their DCMA thing is a mess. Like, frankly, I'm even scared to stream at this point. Like, I know I haven't been streaming a lot lately, but like, I'm genuinely concerned that
I just heard I heard a scoff. It's like our entire followers just scoffed at that statement.
Yes, I mean, I haven't been streaming, but I mean, it like when you think about it, it's like, what motivates me to stream if at any possible moment I could log on to play a game and I could get kicked for this DCMA,
And it's
bullshit
to
is
an
literally the only word.
extreme.
So
Yeah,
the rules were always in place. The rules have not changed. That's the first thing. is it wasn't like, these rules are all of a sudden being enforced, even though they are. The rules have always been there and they have been enforced to an extent. But for a while, no one just cared about Twitch. People cared on YouTube. People were very aggressive on YouTube. But now all the music industry and other stuff is getting super aggressive about enforcing it on Twitch. And so now
which
Twitch
is
is actually,
apparent.
and they were
It's
saying,
apparent when people are
sorry, go ahead here.
go for it.
So Twitch was saying that like 5 years ago, they would get at most like 50 DCMA takedown notices a year. 50 at most. And now they're saying they are getting thousands a week. So it's out of control. Brenna.
No, I was waiting for you to be done, sir.
I'm done. That was my signal to you when I said
That was
Brenna.
No, I mean, all I was going to say is that clearly these are things that have been existing for a while because people are getting bans from 10 years ago, clips that have existed for years and years and years. So obviously it hasn't been a problem up until now. And how are you going to get a DCMA for a sound effect? How does that?
Yeah,
That
and
is insane.
that's what's blowing my mind is it's gotten to the point where it's sound effects and game soundtrack.
Yeah, and so obviously Jameson was telling me the protests that are going on right now, people are playing Rock Bands and Guitar Hero just with no desktop audio, so you can just hear the streamer and the clicks from their guitar, which is it's true. I wouldn't if that's my thing. I stream Rock Band or there's another one that's like a real time guitar. I can't remember what it's called.
Rocksmith.
Rocksmith, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, that's just a weird thing. I don't.
Or even think about the people that are streaming Just Dance, Beat Saber.
Yeah, I mean, they should be all taken down then too. I don't.
Well,
It's a weird.
Yeah, and the other part that was upsetting a lot of people is Twitch like sent out a notice saying like, "Hey, we're getting a lot of these. You've got like 3 days to fix your account." Well, when you look at some of these big streamers, 3 days is not enough time if they have tens of thousands of clips that they've gathered over, nearly a decade streaming. Like,
It just doesn't make any sense. Where do you draw the line of your
exactly.
copyright infringement? And obviously, if it's outside of the game and you're using it as a soundbite, okay, I could see that. Like this, yes, you should be paying for it. But if I'm streaming the game, I'm playing the game, that is not copyright infringement.
No,
I'm not calling it mine.
Yeah, I'm playing someone else's game, and those people that have made the game, they got all the copyrights in order. All I am doing is playing it. Like then in that
Right.
case, if I am streaming the game, then technically if I'm playing the game at home and one of my friends is watching, no one else, just I'm at home, he's sitting on the couch next to me, technically you should be issuing me a DCMA takedown because it's copyrighted. He shouldn't be sharing that music. I shouldn't be sharing yeah, it's bonkers.
Yeah. I don't know this is such a weird thing that Twitch is on too. It's just such a random thing, especially when there's so many more problems that they have to deal with. That they're gonna pick this.
They didn't pick this though. It's just all of a sudden, like, because it's Twitch's job to enforce these rules, which they have not been. They've just because why enforce
their
a rule?
enforcement of them.
Yes. So now, but see what the problem is now is if Twitch doesn't enforce it, then Twitch is held liable and needs to pay royalties on all this stuff, which they don't want to do. But
I just don't know why they're taking it so far.
I don't know. I don't know. And if Twitch is owned by Amazon and Amazon has Amazon Music, which obviously pays for the copyright for people to stream music, like there's so many levels. The music industry itself is just so broken right now with streaming. Like they really need to figure it out and move forward because they are antiquated and they are trying to stay antiquated because that's how they make money. And that's just
Right.
not how the world is anymore. So, moving on.
Right.
Fallout 76, Brotherhood of Steel is making a strong return in the upcoming DLC package, Steel Dawn. And so it's making a lot of changes to Appalachia, and the Brotherhood of Steel are coming back with a vengeance. They do not like you, they do not like Appalachia, and they are making it very well known. So Steel Dawn will be a free update coming December
What?
1st. A second part of that will be coming later on in the future. No date announced. So if you are a big fan of Fallout 76, you have that to look forward to very soon. And lastly, there was a bizarre issue with Ubisoft Montreal on Friday. Police in Montreal received a call about a hostage situation in progress at Ubisoft Montreal. Police units showed up, surrounded the building. Tactical units arrived, and employees were evacuated. Employees were on the roof. People were sending texts, calls, letting them know that they were safe. After several hours, tactical units secured the building, evacuated all the people, and it turned out to be a hoax. Someone had called in a fake
What is
call.
that? Is FBI the what is it
Swatting
called again? Swatting.
is when people would call, they would figure out a streamer's address, and then they would call the police where the streamer lives, saying that there was a hostage situation at the streamer's address. It led to several streamers being killed or hurt during some of these, which is just terrible people in the world.
Right? So what really? You're gonna SWAT Ubisoft, like the whole company, the whole Montreal office, really?
Someone did. Someone swatted them. So crazy.
I don't. I mean, obviously they're using some sort of way that their phone number cannot be detected, but come on.
Oh, I'm
Ridiculous.
sure the police will figure it out eventually, and that person will get caught because there is no true way to keep your phone anonymous.
Burner. Get a burner phone and then burn
True.
it.
That's true, but then you have to worry about where you bought it. Does the
Black
convenience store
market.
have CCTV cameras?
Black market.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. Game release dates. Last week we had the Xbox Series X and S, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, PlayStation 5, Demon Souls, Godfall, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Jesus.
God.
And then dozens of updated titles for next-gen consoles. And this coming week, we have not much, actually. I was actually genuinely shocked.
Yeah,
We
he
have
was.
Halo 4 coming to the Master Chief Collection on PC. Wasn't a biggest fan of Halo 4, but, I love Halo.
It's there if you want it.
Exactly. 5 dates and pure pool. So that'll do it. Announcements. We have some more YouTube content in the works. I've got some Rainbow Six Siege clips that I'm throwing together, so I will try and get that out this week. Brenna has recorded a bunch of Sims footage. We also recorded some Sims footage together, so we will start churning that out hopefully pretty soon. We'll have to figure out how to break it. I mean, I know you did your Let's Play, but like our co-op build, we'll have to figure out how to break that
I
up into
figured that
segments.
I was just gonna find a section where it was a clean break, probably about like 40 minutes in, 30 minutes in, and then have my own sort of intros and outros. I figured we were just gonna have to record after. I was gonna stop you in the middle of doing this. By the way, this session ended up being 2 hours. So
Perfection
I
takes
was
time,
thinking,
Brenna.
it really does. And mostly because it's us trying to figure out Tatami mats. Which is absolutely ridiculous.
I was actually genuinely bothered that they weren't in their proper layout, because if you were a fan of architecture, there are some great books about Japanese architecture and how it is so specific and it is so cool. Like, when you think about like traditional, I'm gonna get on a whole tangent right now. I'll keep it short, but bottom line, traditional Japanese architecture, because of the nature of weather in Japan as well as natural disasters, they didn't build their buildings with nails. All their buildings, wood, paper, cloth, and stone occasionally if you had a really nice castle. So literally, your whole building could blow over, and then you could just put it right back up. It all locks into place. Like, just there's so many great videos too out there of watching them, like, perfectly, like the wood is just cut so perfectly that it all fits together. Anyway, so it was really bothering me when we were doing it that the tatami mats just kind of made this one seamless floor, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Tatami mats have very specific dimensions. They have very specific layouts in rooms. You organize your rooms the size of the room based on the size, different mats, the different
I'm
layout.
just sitting there like, Jameson, just where do you want me to place this damn mat?
Can you tell I used to be an architecture major and I designed a Japanese house?
Going on rants, and he's like, I want a coffee cup in this game sitting on this table. I'm like, yeah, I would too. That's great. Let's keep moving.
So limiting.
Yeah.
Constraints on greatness. Anyway, so we have that coming for you guys too, as well as, always keep checking the website. We post stuff on there. I'm gonna try and figure out how to run a sale on the store for our merch. So keep in tune for that. Once I figure it out, hopefully I can. I'll send out some messages about that. As always, thank you guys for choosing our show. It's been really great. We've been doing really well lately. So please, new listener November, keep spreading the word. Tell your friends, tell your family, anyone that enjoys video games. If you listen, post about it on social media, share it on your Instagram, share it on your Twitter, tag us. We really appreciate it. Seriously, we're trying to get the word out there because we have some irons in the fire, and we need your guys' help to make those things happen. So with that, thank you to those who do go the extra mile to support us on Patreon, because you help us make these kind of things possible. It helps lessen some of the load on our wallets. T-Nugget, Dr. Brandroid, Durka, Poolfire93, Miller, Cyber Shorty, Old Stray Dog. We also offer a ton of cool rewards if you sign up for our Patreon. Lastly, you can follow us wherever your podcast is found, and you can find us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. On Instagram, we are at GooseCatProd. Yeah. Oh my God.
Sure. Why don't you do the outro?
Twitter and Facebook at DL Gaming News. You can follow me on Instagram at DL_Jameson.
And you can follow me at DL_Mother Goose.
I'm over here trying to power through this outro, and Brenna's making faces. She's at the disrespect right now. The disrespect.
I'm bored.
Okay, excuse me. Thanks everybody for listening. Good luck, have fun. We're gonna end here because Brenna's bored.
And remember, keep your goose loose.
God, I wish I could be fucking bored.
Ahoy there, ye landlubbers! Avast! My name is Captain Logan, and I'll be your guide out on the Sea of Thieves. If you love the idea of stealing treasure, cutting down cursed skeletons, fighting off krakens, and raiding forts filled to the brim with shinies, then Sea of Thieves is the game for you. Join me each week as I dive into the news and bring back the nuggets of information that any sailor worth their weight in salt would desire. You don't have to be a pirate legend to gain access to my podcast. Just search for Keelhauled, a Sea of Thieves podcast in your podcast app of choice, or head over to robotsradio.net or captainlogan.podbeam.com and get ready to set sail for adventure. Arrgh.
Are you an avid player of the Elder Scrolls Online and looking to take your game to that next level? Well, the Red Diamond Courier podcast is here to help. I'm Bob Chichinski.
And I'm Dogbark24.
We are two experienced players aiming to help others learn and improve through in-game knowledge and references.
From PvE
to PvP.
and everything in between.
There's sure to be something for you in the Red Diamond Courier.
We hope you check us out. Thanks.